Hey, what's up guys, it's Masonator117 here, and today I'm going to be talking about the Xbox One and the pre-owned game fiasco, which has sort of been surrounding everything on the internet recently. I mean, if you go on any video on YouTube that's about Xbox or PlayStation, then there's going to be someone in the comments that's going to be talking about, oh, Xbox One can't use pre-owned games, it's shit, I'm moving to PS4. Basically on every comment section. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys will agree with me. And I've been getting quite annoyed with it recently because people just seem to be jumping on the bandwagon saying, hey, this is bad, this is a really bad thing, this is going to give us nothing in return, when actually I think it can. But let's go for the negatives first, just because that's what I want to do. So think about this, what if you only have 30 quid a month to spend on games? Are you really going to go out there and spend 30 quid on one game when you can get two games for 15 quid, including that same game that costs 30 quid? That is basically what pre-owned games give to people. They can go out and spend less on a game and get this whole thing. They can get the same exact product for less. So why would anyone, apart from those who aren't short of cash, go for that? Because that's basically, you could get two games for the price of one, including that one game that you wanted. It's a massive help for those who do not have a great income. But if you take pre-owned games away, those people do not have that. They're going to be struggling to buy any games. So that 30 quid game, that might have been out for a couple of weeks or months even. So they're not being able to buy brand new games either. So how are they going to cope if they take that away? And most likely the prices are going to go up, so people say, with the next gen. So instead of being 40 quid when they come out, maybe 50 quid or 60 quid when they come out. How the hell are they going to pay for that? They're going to have to get one game per 2 months. And that's going to really hurt their gaming experience, because everyone should be able to game. Doesn't mean it's just rich people that should be able to game. But a lot of people seem to think that that's what Microsoft's done. Those rich people, yes, they buy lots of games. Let's just orientate this for them. Although this may be true, is it really bad to get rid of pre-owned games? Well, for one thing, pre-owned games really hurt developers. Yeah, those people that make the games, spend loads of money in the games, time and effort, yeah, it hurts them. They don't get any money from pre-owned games. And although people say, yeah, well, the games must have been bought already for me to be able to buy the pre-owned game, it's still hurting them, because a lot of these companies like Game and GameStop, if you go up to the counter with a new game, they'll say, hey, we can get you that for £5 cheaper or £10 cheaper in the pre-owned section. You'll be like, hey, I don't want someone's old game. And you're like, it's exactly the same as this new game. And you're like, well, okay then. So basically what they're doing is they're trying to get you to buy pre-owned games, which helps them, but it does not help the developers. I know some people will just go out and buy pre-owned games because they can't afford it, but GameStop and Game actually try and force it upon you, which is also pretty bad. So maybe you're thinking, why should I help out the developers? It's not going to get me anything. I'm basically just going to be putting money into a deep dark hole that's never going to get anything out of. But so many games developers have gone out of business for that one reason. People are like, hey, I don't really want to spend the full amount of money on this game, so I'm just going to buy a pre-owned version of it. And then they spend the money on the pre-owned version and then go out. That's that. They got the game, they don't care. And then some of these gaming companies, not countries, will go out of business. Like THQ, it's probably one of the most famous companies that have gone out of business recently. So they'll go out of business. There's other companies that are smaller that people generally only buy a pre-owned version of it because they're like, hey, this isn't worth 20 quid. I could get this game for 20 quid, so I'll buy a pre-owned version of it for tenner. So another thing to look at is PC. PC have gone without pre-owned games for over a decade, I think now. Easily over a decade. We've not struggled. We get games extremely cheap. I for example, got a game, Sleeping Dogs, for £5 about a month and a half after release. Yep, that's right, a month and a half after release. I got this game for £5. What game can you tell me for the consoles that you could have got that for? I mean, not like some crappy indie game, I mean a big game like Sleeping Dogs. What game could you have got for a £5? I don't think you could come up with a decent argument against that really, because that sort of price is amazing. And the only reason they can do that is because it's digitally distributed and there's no pre-owned games, because developers are like, hey, you can sell that for a fiver because we're still making money off of it. Unlike with the consoles at the moment, where there's these companies like Game and that, they're all like, hey, we don't want you to sell at that price, we'll stop selling your game if you do that, because then we'll be losing money. Which they can do because they have such a big hold on the industry at the moment. So I think what Microsoft have done is basically give these developers freedom, some freedom. So I mean, if Microsoft handle this correctly, it could turn out like a Steam. It could turn out like a Microsoft version of Steam. You could get extremely cheap games and be still helping the developer. So I mean, what could go wrong with that? I mean, if you look at online passes, why have online passes been implemented? The reason is because they want to make money off of pre-owned games. EA have already stated for the Xbox One there will be no more online passes. Want to know why? Because pre-owned games have been taken out of the picture. No more pre-owned games will be put into the Xbox One basically, or else you'll have to pay for them. So basically EA are thinking, hell yes, we can make a hell of a lot more money here, so we'll just support this fully and other developers will be able to make more money as well. Well, that's me finished my rant. If you enjoyed, please comment, rate and subscribe, and if you have anything more to say in the subject, please leave it down below because I will love to read through it. I think it's a good idea, as you've probably heard from my arguments, but it's always good to hear from other people as well. So anyway, I'll see you later.